Hey everyone! Today we are at St. Croix Chocolate Company, talking and learning more about the owners, Robin and Deidre. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I'm Deidre Pope, and I am the co-owner of St. Croix Chocolate Company.
I'm Robin Doctorman. I am also the co-owner of St. Croix Chocolate Company. I was a journalist at the Star Tribune for about 13 years, and I really loved it, but the Great Recession, 2018, sort of tanked the newspaper industry, and they started laying people off, and actually they incented them with a buyout. And I thought about it, and I thought, yeah, I'm ready to do something different. I knew I wanted to do something in food, but I didn't know exactly what. But I said, yes, if you'll give me money to leave, I will leave. And I did. And then I set out on an adventure to find out what I wanted to do with food. Did I want to make artisan cheese? Did I want to make artisan bread? I tried both of those with some less than favorable results. And when I got to chocolate, it totally clicked. For us, it means that everybody we interact with, including ourselves, our employees, our customers, everybody that we touch, we treat with respect and dignity. And that's not always easy, frankly. It's really hard when people come in the shop and they're wearing hats that we don't necessarily support personally, but we feel like it's part of our mission as being part of this community to being welcoming to everyone.
And I think that's clear when people come in too. I think everybody feels, we open the door when someone comes down the driveway in a wheelchair or on a scooter or something like that. And it seems like sometimes when the people who are with them often seem surprised that we have staff who know how to sign. Like there's just different things like that I think sometimes in the discussion of inclusivity and diversity, I think we sometimes miss all of the different kinds of people that need to be included in that.
The biggest lesson is about how we show up authentically for ourselves. There are people out there when we started, people in town, and they were kind of aghast that, oh, we're lesbians. And we address that by not addressing that. You show up, be yourself. If it's their call, they don't have to come in and buy chocolate here. Lots of people can choose not to. That's just fine. That's not required to be a good person. But what is required for us is to just, and sometimes it's bravely, go about the business of being ourselves. I think people not taking us seriously is first and foremost. Is it because, we make chocolate? It might be. I mean, when we first started, it was the recession. The last thing that the city of Marine on St. Croix needed was a chocolate shop, and here we go. We're just doing it. And, people would come in and say, oh, I give you a year. And they were being generous. And I'm like, oh man, you have no idea what a wonderful challenge that is to me. You watch me, man. So I think people at first didn't take us seriously.
I think that's right.
I don't know if that's because we were women, or because it was chocolate, or because we were lesbian, or, because we're short or look funny. I don't know. But we've had to work to, I think, get the community's respect. And I
And
think we have.
I think we have too. Yeah.
I have some advice.
Run.
No. Create a well of, or a reservoir of resiliency in advance. Because just owning a business, I don't care who you are, it's a little like being in the boxing ring. You know, there's a recession, there's a pandemic, there's road work out in front of your business. People will come in, they don't know who you are. You have to educate everybody, and you're putting a ton of energy out there into the world. So the best advice I think I could give anybody is line up your supporters in advance, people you can call at the end of the day and just say, God, this sucks. I know it'll get better. I know it'll get better. I trust it'll get better. But right now, at the end of the day today, this sucks. And put those people in place and tell them what their job is. You know, don't let them guess what their job is, because, you know, they won't necessarily give you what you need unless you say, here's what I need. I need you to be, you know, I'm out there in front. I'm always visible. I'm out there on the front lines. I need, you know,
to be listened to.
I need to be listened to. I need somebody behind me. And I don't think I've read an entrepreneurial book, a business book that says that. It's all like, you know, be competitive, blah, blah, blah. And that's great. You need that. But you also need to know there's going to be bad times. And
part of it, I think, is even your own circle and your own community. Everybody thinks we have a blast every single day. Oh, it's so fun. You make chocolate,
you
right?
have my dream job.
Yeah, you have my dream job, right? So, and a lot of the time that's true. We've been doing this for 14 years. We wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy what we were doing. But it's the same as any job. You have challenges. You have a company that forgot to pay your taxes. You have, you know, whatever that you're working with that you're constantly dealing with, in addition to being all sunshiny and lovely for the community, which you want, because those relationships are part of why we're in business, right? So in addition to what Robin said, to be resilient, to have your support system in place, and then what she said earlier is just authentically be yourself.
Because you need a gift for somebody to say thank you or happy birthday, or I have no idea what else in the world to get grandma. Because you want to treat yourself with something that's just takes a moment out of time, and it's just for you. You get to enjoy it. Deidre always gives me a bad time. She's over in the corner eating a chocolate, and I'm like, I gotta talk to you. She's like, just a moment. Just a moment. I'm having a moment here. So we think it's valuable for both of those things, but also because we put a huge amount of care and thought into everything that we do. So it's kind of a counterbalance to, you know, go to a big box shop and get something that was made in China and shipped over here on a big freighter. No, we make everything right here. We know what goes into it. We know how the flavors unfold in your mouth. We know we're trying to give you a moment of personal time. And I think we're pretty successful at that.
Can I say a little about the chocolate itself? So what I spend a lot of time telling people is that we make a European style chocolate, which means really fine chocolate, high end, high ingredients, fruit, nuts, heavy on the fruit and nuts, some liqueurs, things like that. And you're going to get a smooth chocolate ganache center, which is made with actual chocolate, not just sugar. Right? So that's the difference when people don't understand what's fine chocolate. And I always say that our chocolate, European style chocolate, Robin was educated by European pastry chefs and chocolatiers and has put her own personal spin on it so that it is crafted for an American palate. So intense flavor. And so you get that combination of flavor and mouthfeel, and it's just off the hook.